Jürgen, good afternoon. One of those rare weeks for you with no midweek game, no international break, where you've had your squad together for the whole week. Have you done anything differently? Have you worked harder on defensive issues?
We worked more, of course, because we had the time for it, and we will. So we have still today one more session, and yes, of course, you have to react on things, the things which happen in the last game or in the last games or whatever. And so, of course, we did it, but it's not. I cannot make the last game bigger than all the other games, but of course, it was the freshest impression, if you want, and didn't feel good after the game. We said everything about it. It was not enough. We have to show more in pretty much each department, and so that's a fact. And so yes, we worked on it, of course.
After being substituted last week, how's Dejan Lovren's confidence? Has he been affected by it? I mean, he did appear to change his profile even on social media this week as well.
Did he? How?
Apparently he deleted the word Liverpool from his bio and removed his profile picture and disabled a number of comments.
What is disabled? Sorry?
Got rid of.
Oh, yeah. Look, I don't wish one of you that your mistakes are discussed in public. You cannot even imagine, you have not even an idea how it feels. The boys are, in the first case, still human beings. But you look like you rather more this kind of watching an accident, and you are kind of people standing around with smartphones instead of helping. So I'm not this kind of person. So we had a normal week, and of course it was not the nicest week in Dejan's life, but it's at the end it's only football, and we have to know about this. And people don't become better person or worse person after making a mistake in a football game. So that's how it is. And if I think about Dejan, I have as much or much more positive things what I can think about than negative things still. And that's easy if you want to do it. So he's a player of Liverpool, and that's how I treat him, as a member of this family. And then it's clear that I help him if I think I have to help him. But at the end, it's up to you what you make of stories like this. If you celebrate yourself and are happy about having stories like this, or if you cool down, because the world of social media is difficult enough to handle, I would say. That's why I'm not part of it. I have no idea why people are doing it, to be honest. But so it's not my problem. But yes. It is. Everything is okay. So we had Dejan had a good training week. We will see what we will do for tomorrow for the game, lineup wise. But it's not about the last game. It's about, in general, it's about the next game. So the Huddersfield game, what we think, what will be the best lineup. So that's all.
And we know about your great relationship with David Wagner. It's first meeting as managers over here. Have you spoke to him this week? How will it be down there on the touchline tomorrow?
I know we had. It was not that much than it is in other weeks, to be honest. It's not that we had after the games, after his game, after our game, we had a little chat, and then in Monday again a little bit. But then it was clear from both of us will not be more. It was like it is. I didn't ask him how will you line up. He didn't ask me. I didn't ask him will you play like against Man United or like you played against West Ham or whatever. It is exciting, 100%. You can imagine. It's I'm really happy about this that we play now against each other in the Premier League. Nobody would have expected 20 or 30 years ago, so that makes it even nicer, but that's the only difference. So I said it a few times this week because I had to speak a lot about it, but when I was young, when I was a kid, I played all the time against my best friends, and I enjoyed actually nothing more than winning against my best friends. So and he is my best friend, and we have a really close relationship. That changed nothing for the game.
Jürgen, hello again. I was going to ask you a general injury sort of update, but I'm hearing that Philippe Coutinho may well have picked up a fresh injury. So, as far as he's concerned, at least, what's the prognosis? How long may he be out for, and how does that affect your plans?
Not clear in the moment. So he had last week. He had some back problems the week before the Tottenham game. Then during the week, it settled, and we could with treatment and all that stuff. He was fit for the game. And this week, then he had a little bit of problem with adductor. It's not clear so far. If he's out for tomorrow, we will make the decision today after training. He didn't train yesterday, that's true, but that's all for the moment. No other new things.
Some good news with the signing of Ben Woodburn's new contract,
Absolutely.
at least as well. So, as far as he's concerned, how satisfied are you with the progress he's making now? And is he anywhere near to knocking on the door?
All the time, he's knocking like crazy. He's very close. He's fantastic boy, but the situation is like the situation is in the moment, so forth for the young boys. But the new contract of Ben is a wonderful sign. Because this boy obviously believes in this project and wants to stay here, even when he knows that it's quite difficult to step in immediately or to make the next big steps immediately. But in his age, the most important thing is to play, and he's desperate to play. He wants always to play, and he plays in each. He plays U19 in Champions League and doesn't think a second why I'm not involved in the other squad. He plays U23 and doesn't think a second about it, so that's his best skill, apart from all the other football skills. But it's not the only good news this weekend. So we have with Rhian Brewster the next one, and it was just nice to be part of these two things, and so all good on this.
And talking of another youngster, Rhian Brewster, a huge weekend coming up now. How excited are you, not just for him for tomorrow, but also for his future here?
Look, I don't like to make things like this too big, but it's obvious if you score twice a hat trick, then it's quite difficult to keep it as a secret. So we don't want to do that. But Rhian, we had Rhian around already last season, and then he had a bad injury, and the funny thing is I didn't see him for 3 months during the injury, and when he came back, he looked completely different. So he was already kind of a man. I think I saw a little bit of a beard or something like this. So that will happen a lot. That will happen a lot in the next few months and years. So, but it's really fantastic to have him around. He's very similar, not as a player, but as a person, but as a player. No, not as a player, as a person to Ben Woodburn. He's also he never thinks about which team he's playing. He could still play U18, and now he's playing for the U23s when he's here. That's a really good thing. He scored already important goals there. He is ready to make this very difficult steps in this age group. There are different ways to do the education. He could score 25, 30, 35 goals in the U18 or in the U23 a little bit less, but he gets already used to play against adults, and so he's on a fantastic way, and we are all looking forward again to be part of his future here. So that's really nice with these two guys, with Ben and Rhian, with Harry, only the offensive players, then with Tom Solanke and all that stuff. So we have so many really good, more than good boys for the future. But it's the future, and we have to obviously to sort the presence and to build circumstances where these boys then come through.
Jürgen, in the aftermath of the Tottenham game, I know you said you've done things normally, but have you had to issue sort of like a rallying cry to the players to maybe reset things? Because the performances prior to Tottenham, you've deserved to win most games. You've drawn quite a few, but has it been telling the players, come out and let's make the most of things, get back to what you can do and start winning matches again?
Yeah, it's a mixture of this. Of course, that's what I meant when I said I cannot make it much bigger than all the other games, but it's the first impression. We cannot ignore it. So it was not enough at Tottenham. That's 100% truth. And so we have to do different things differently. Like things we did first time that wrong in the Tottenham game. was a few things I can't remember that we did in the other games in a similar way. So that's what we have to talk about, what we were talking about, and so that's what analyze is. We were not together on Monday morning, and everybody was happy, and we thought, okay, come on, it was only a football game. We take this really serious, but that was the Monday. And from Tuesday on, the preparation started for Huddersfield, and that a lot of things are completely different in this game, and we have to consider that too. We play at Anfield. What is the massive, what should be a massive difference, and we. That's a third thing. We have to defend better than we did, so that's easy because we defended not well. And yes, we have to stay cool on the other hand side because we will have the ball quite. In big parts of the game, and we need to find solutions. We found a lot of solutions in the past, but we have to do it again. And again, it's games like this, and these are always you can lose confidence, but it's not allowed to stay in that mood. So we need to be confident again. We need to be brave. We need to be really hard, and all that stuff. And we are ready for the game, and that's the only thing I think about.
You've probably paid more attention this season to Huddersfield than most other sides because of your friendship with David Wagner. How impressed have you been with the way they've played so far this season, and in particular, what Aaron Moy can do with the ball?
I know that from last year, so they're a really good team. There's no doubt about that. Defending well, good counter-attacking, playing football. But, okay, there are different ways they played so far, so that they were like... They played like a team, very fresh in the beginning, had a good result at West Ham, and were enjoying Premier League and stuff like this, and then the results changed a little bit. And then there came the Man United game. Before the Man United game, it was a little bit already settling, I would say, and then there came the Man United game, and they changed completely the style. So it was the first game, not even against Tottenham, they played like this, and against United, they parked the bus. And won the game, and so that probably that could also be the idea they try to, or the way they try to play here. So we need to know both. But if they have the ball, they are really creative. They have fantastic players. It's not only Moy. It's was here, how I heard. I was not here when he was here. Manlapara, Kachunga, really both strikers, physically strong, and then both fullbacks running like hell, line up and down, good centre halves, good goalkeepers. So it's a Premier League team, and it's good. But I didn't watch them all games or whatever. That's not like this. For me, it's enough that I know the results before we make the analyze, and that's what we did now. And we had 4 games which we watched, and so now we are prepared.
You spoke glowingly about your friendship with David Wagner. Does it make it easier or harder to play to know how to play the game tomorrow because you're so friendly with him? Can you second guess him, or do you think it'll be harder to second guess him because you know him so well?
I know how they want to play tomorrow, but that's not because I know David. I know that has nothing to do with that. So it's our personal relationship. I really can. I think it's a special story. So I have no problem with that. People think it's a special story, but that's all. Our friendship will last for the rest of our life, whatever happens in this game. So, but anyway, I want to win that game, and that means we have to beat Huddersfield, and that's it. And I know him well enough that he thinks exactly the same. So I have no problem with that. That's how it is all the time. The only thing is, nothing what we will say to each other in the game will rest a second longer or in our mind than, or stay a second longer in our mind than until the final whistle. So we played together, and I said worse things to him than to any other person in the world, and we are still friends. So that's no problem. I was the defender, he was the skilled striker with not a perfect attitude, so I helped him a little bit. Now I can't help him, and I don't have to, that's good. But no, really, in the game, 90 minutes, 95, absolutely nothing to do with our friendship. Before, yes, afterwards, 100%, that's it.
And regarding Brewster playing tomorrow for England's under-17s in the World Cup final, you've obviously been giving a chance to Dominic Solanke this year as well. How important is it that now that England's youth team's doing well,
Perfect.
club managers, because Germany have always done it and they've benefited with their senior team. It's no good England winning.
It's a fantastic sign. So was the U20 with Dom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So U20. So we all probably, a few of them, these boys are already in or around the Premier League squad. Now the U17, that's how it started in Germany. But I think we all know that Germany has in this moment a fantastic first team squad, in the national team, unbelievable skilled players, whatever. But it started like this with winning trophies in the youth, and it's difficult enough to do so. And especially England, I think they play without Sancho and still doing really well. And so that only shows that there's a lot to come, and that's good. That's good for England. But then we have to, and that's only one step. The next thing is we have to create circumstances where these boys can make the next steps. So not too early, not too late, in the right moment, stuff like this. So that's exactly has the same importance than all the other things. But they are the future of English football, and that's fantastic.
You were comparing Rhian and Ben earlier. Ben's obviously had quite a few opportunities in the first team. So do you think Rhian could potentially be in the first team picture this season, or is it too early?
In training, 100%, he was already. So he showed up already in training. But that's what I mean. It's not about talking. It's really not the moment talking about this. He doesn't expect things like this. We had a little chat after the last game. It was funny, and I told him save the number. So, and he said, I will for sure. So that maybe that's the first step. But I knew him before, and he was in training very often already. But it makes not too much sense to be always in the first team training and playing in other teams. You have to be part of the team where you're playing as well. And so it's all good, and the future is bright. But we are responsible. He is responsible, and unfortunately you as well. So that's the deal. And I think we all are interested that these skilled boys can come through at the end, can become Premier League players, can become players for the Three Lions and stuff like this. So that's what we all want, and for that we have to create the situation.
How are the players with long-term injuries getting on? Sadio, Adam, and Nathaniel.
Very good. I had no option for tomorrow as well, and no option for Wednesday, and no option for West Ham. So after international break, I think Adam, especially Adam and Sadio are back. It will be close. So hopefully they can train during the international break, and can be part of the normal training. Adam was this week first time part of the warming up. His face showed how happy he was about this, and I saw now in the last hour them both with fitness coaches on the pitch doing technical things and stuff like this. So it all looks good, but at the end they need to be at 100%, and they aren't in the moment. So that's it, but on a good way.
Dejan, it's up to you. You can try your hand if the manager wants to reject.
Yeah. If it's okay in German. Sie ist jetzt schon ein alter Hase in diesem Fußballgeschäft auf jeden Fall.
Old rabbit.
Old rabbit.
Old rabbit?
That's what he said. You are an old rabbit in this business.
Doesn't he like it?
Sie haben schon viel erlebt. Nichtsdestotrotz ein Spiel gegen den besten Freund. Inwiefern ist das emotional auch nochmal was ganz Neues und anderes für Sie?
Das ist nichts. Das ist kein Problem. Ich habe tatsächlich relativ viele gute Freunde im Geschäft, und ob die jetzt Trainer sind oder Sportdirektoren oder was auch immer in anderen Vereinen. Als ich das erste Mal mit Dortmund gegen Mainz gespielt habe, war das vorm Spiel anders, nach dem Spiel anders, in den 90 Minuten überhaupt nicht anders. Und so ist das jetzt auch. Wir sind beide lange genug dabei, um das komplett ausblenden zu können. So, es ist im Vorfeld, es ist schön. Ich freue mich total darüber, dass wir die Möglichkeit haben. Ich habe mir immer gewünscht, dass er diesen fantastischen Weg geht. Jetzt ist er gegangen. großartig und das bedeutet jetzt, dass ich gegen ihn spielen muss. Und ja, das ist wirklich sensationell. Aber ansonsten ist es nichts. Während der Spielzeit wird da überhaupt kein Unterschied gemacht.
Hätten Sie denn gedacht, vor der Saison, dass Huddersfield im Oktober in der Tabelle auf Augenhöhe mit Liverpool stehen wird?
Da haben wir einen großen Teil dazu beigetragen. Da habe ich jetzt eigentlich nicht so sehr drüber nachgedacht. Aber ich gönne Huddersfield jeden einzelnen Punkt, den sie geholt haben. Jeden einzelnen, außer gegen uns. So, und werden wir keinen Einfluss darauf geben. Ich wünsche ihnen einfach, dass sie die Klasse halten, dass sie ihre Ziele erreichen, all sowas. Weil dieser persönliche Kontakt ist einfach da. Aber das hat mit unserem Spiel gar nichts zu tun. Und dass sie mit uns auf Augenhöhe sind, tabellarisch, das liegt ja daran, wie wir gespielt haben. Also dementsprechend, nein, das hatte ich mir nicht gewünscht. Aber mit der Punktzahl, die Huddersfield hat, habe ich überhaupt kein Problem.
Und eine letzte Frage noch. Das war eine Videobotschaft, aber vielleicht können wir die danach zeigen. Und zwar sagt
Von wem?
Von David Wagner. Wir waren gestern bei ihm und er hat gesagt, er wünscht Ihnen alle Punkte dieser Welt nach Samstag, so wie Sie es jetzt auch gesagt haben. Gibt es dennoch vielleicht so eine Art Wetteinsatz zwischen Ihnen beiden, ein gemeinsames Abendessen danach?
Wir haben schon so oft gemeinsam zu Abend gegessen, also das wäre kein Wetteinsatz und dementsprechend genau das Gleiche. Das habe ich ja vorher schon gesagt, also er darf gerne danach alle Punkte holen, die es zu vergeben gibt, außer in diesen beiden Spielen, aber das ist nichts Spezielles und es wird keinen Wetteinsatz geben. Das Ganze ist zu ernst, als dass wir da noch zusätzlich irgendwelche Motivationen bräuchten.
Thank you, guys. No translation.
Old rabbit is enough, huh?